Alright, chat. Happy Thursday. Today, like we were saying yesterday, we were doing gesture trolley. And so I've got everything set up, and this is what we did yesterday. So I want to show you guys what we're going to be doing today. But that's what we're doing. So I just spent some time going through Pinterest and pulling out some pictures. I'm hoping I pulled out some ones that are going to be fun to do as well as like interesting. I think I could have chosen some ones with more like dynamic poses, but I figured let's start easy. You know what I mean? And I think what I did yesterday, guys, I did ink. I think we're just gonna jump right in and try and do it ink instead of not with the pencil. Probably have some regrets later because once you make a mistake with ink, there is no going back. I think I'll use. I like using the bigger size, and although I have one that's like kind of like a thin Sharpie. We might use this one when we wanna exaggerate some lines. That's what we might do. I'm not sure how long we're gonna run stream today, guys. Maybe we'll just see what happens. We're just gonna go at it, and you know, however much we get done, we get done. Okay, so let me grab my references that I pulled off of Pinterest, and we'll choose one. I kind of want to choose some like. Oh, actually, this one might be. I should probably choose some ones that are colorful because I feel like it might be fun to make it a little more vibrant since we're going to be using the gouache paints anyway. I feel like this one's probably a good start. It's simple. It's pretty forgiving because there's a lot. Let me see if I find my phone. Like, I kind of like. I want to do a lot of gesture poses that have like a lot of. Like I like it when the clothing is more like loose. I feel like it does give you some more room for mistakes. But it's just like more interesting shapes, I guess. But we'll also do some ones where like the proportions have to be a little bit more spot on. So I think we'll start with like some loose ones and just go from there. I have to say I'm a little bit nervous. Yesterday I kind of had the problem where I ended up drawing a little bit out of the bounds. Like we almost didn't put the character in. We got a little close here. So I'm gonna try and be a little bit more good about kind of like marking out placement wise before we really get going. And just like yesterday, I'm not really gonna draw in faces. I kind of like doing, I don't know if this is the correct name for it. It's like continuous lines. You don't really pick up your pen very much. I kind of like doing that. I kind of use like, you'll notice I use like a combination, right? So sometimes I will pick it up. It really just depends on what I'm feeling, you know? Ooh. The world's best. But I'm also trying to get a little more decisive. Like sometimes my line work can be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little too like sketchy and just like loose. I feel like I need to get a little bit better committing to my line. So maybe we can kind of like put a focus on that today. And then hopefully actually do it. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is what we're doing today. Like, see, I did this. Should have went like this. That's okay. Can't even really see her other arm here. Here. Yep. And she's got glasses, so I'm gonna put those in. But not the eyes. Okay, so this isn't looking too bad. Alright, so she's kind of got like a flannel shirt tied around side here. Then we get some edges here. Okay, now we gotta put in the legs. Her pants are kind of like. I turn the music down. Now it's too quiet. Not like bell bottom, but they are a little bit wider at the bottom. Maybe we just draw in the whole kind of like silhouette thing, and then we'll put it in the center somewhere. Okay, that's looking good. And then she's got on some sneakers, and they're kind of like they're giving like 90s MacGyver. I know in the last couple of years those have I always think of like we kind of grew up watching the MacGyver, like I guess that was like the 80s and whatnot. I always think of him when I see that style sneaker. MacGyver wore it before. It was cool. Although I guess it was cool back then, so maybe MacGyver helped make it cool. Put in a little bit of everything. She has like is holding her glasses, but she doesn't have them like around her neck. So if they fell off, they just fall off. That's getting twisted. Let's do a little like I don't know if I'll do this on all of them, but I'm gonna color the hair dark. I feel like I like that bit of from her head. All right, that's not terrible. We want to do a little more detail though. I mean, some of this I can leave it up to like the shading, but I do think it's fun to add the wrinkles to the clothes. And like, do I add the lines for the It's always hard deciding how much you want to do. Eraser's at it again. I don't know if you guys can hear. I feel like it makes streaming even more entertaining. The chickens in the background making sound. Do, do. Okay, to add, I feel like I didn't do a fantastic job capturing what her sneakers look like. Let's add a little bit. There's like little sections, orange, cream color. It'd be fun to add like that pop of color. All right, let's bust out the brush. I think I want to use. Yesterday I was using this brush. You know what? Let's use this one again because I think it'll keep me from getting too detailed. So I do have a tendency of doing one, two. Okay, just a little bit more, you guys. Gotta let in a little more light. Guys, if it's the camera's too blown out, you guys won't be able to see it too well. So you gotta find that perfect balance. All right, so we need. Oh, that's not my water. We need like a pink. It's very subtly pink, but we're getting like a peach color, which we kind of have mixed up from yesterday. What if I want to do mine a little more orange? And guys, what if we left? What if we just left some sections not pink? Or we go with like a more. I don't know. We're gonna play with this. Need some red for the hat. And some orange. Her jeans are like a very light denim color. I might. That looks nice. I like how it looks kind of like washing out. And I left my brush a little dirty. Oh, this is kind of fun, guys. I highly recommend doing this. I feel like this is a fun little like low stress kind of thing to paint. I think I end up getting like anytime I want to paint something, like especially when I do something real, I think I get a little over ambitious. So doing something small like this allows me to play with my paint without getting like too caught up in making like the world's best illustration. You know what I mean? It's kind of easy creative choice here. All right, I think I want to do is add. I'm gonna do it a little different than the reference. I think I'm gonna do like pink. Okay, I got my white paper really dirty yesterday. Probably shouldn't have done that. Can't help it. I get a bit messy. All right, let's do pink. I'll lighten it up a little and add. Let's grab a deeper orange. Oh, we got blue and orange. Okay, wash is still like a little crumbly, so it's getting a little messy. Try and do the shaded area. That looks nice. I mean, we could get as like crazy or simple as we really want. I wonder if we should add a little something to the background. I really need to be careful not to get the paper too wet, though. Guys, hold me accountable. That was definitely pretty wet. Just dab some off in case I end up ruining it. Yeah, it'd be nice to do a little like a little crazy. Be careful because we can really quickly ruin the paper. And then I think I'm gonna add a splash of orange to this section. That looks nice. Blue base there. And then we're gonna add like a shadow. You know what? If I move this a little bit, that's a little better for you guys, I think. All right, let's see what we did to the bag. It bled through a little here, but I think it'll be all right. It's gonna be fine. Let me just stick that in between. All right, let's do another one. Let's see what we got here. See what I saved. I don't like that Pinterest takes you to like recommended more before it takes you to your actual board. I don't know if that's like a new feature or what. I'm noticing it's doing it. Okay, I've got some pictures from BTS's tour on here that people took. This one's kind of good. I'm trying to look for ones that are to look for ones that are like full body so we can do like the feet in it as well. But here, let me show you guys. Now I'm June. Good to go. Well, let's hope I don't mess this up. Right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit this all in. Well, some mistakes were made right from the beginning. Try and get the hand position at least right. The mic in his hand. I think sometimes when I'm doing gesture drawing, I don't stop and think enough because there's a time where I focused a lot on like speed, which is important too because I was trying to do it for like storyboarding. But I think there's also when you're doing something like this, like it's okay to take some time and think about your next thing. I mean, you don't want to overthink it because again, these are supposed to be like loose practice type stuff. I was just trying to find that balance. Okay, I feel like this is a fun like composition. Look at this, guys, because there's like a white outline on the jacket, and it like perfectly aligns with his one leg that's stepping forward, and so you get this really great like diagonal line. I feel like we gotta make sure we get that right, otherwise it kind of ruins this pose. And then we're gonna get like a twist. His hand. I always draw hands that look like claws. That's another like slightly bad. It's not necessarily wrong, but it's kind of a bad habit I picked up on when I was trying to learn how to speed draw a little bit better. And like I get away with it with storyboarding, but I know I was saying I need to practice drawing more hands. And I did a couple pages. Let me show you guys. The other morning I was doing some hands and they definitely turned out looking like spiders. Like look, not fantastic. I think that's your hands over here. No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't practice as much as I thought. I try to do one here and one here. Look how terrible. That's I like the whole wrist looks broken. So, we're not that good at it, guys. But we'll get there. Some people are like really good. Respect. Okay, so his pants kind of come like this. Then they turn in. Cuff. There a little bit. Okay. And then the shirt. This. And then jacket again. Kind of flung out like this. And there. And he's got another shirt layered underneath. That. Try and get this. I'm also kind of paying attention to like the negative spaces. So like this shape here in between the legs. I'm not gonna get it 100% accurate, but those are like kind of like important spots to pay attention to just kind of make sure you capture. It kind of helps make the pose look a little bit better. I think I made this jacket. He's got his head tilted up. I'm gonna make sure we put the ears because as the head tilts up, like normally, like the bottom of like your ear and your nose will like align if you're like face on, right? But when you tilt up, then the ears end up lower. So if you're ever trying to do that, just make sure you have your. You kind of have like those little things to remember, so you get the proportions. Like I'm trying to look at his hat. I wasn't sure if he had sunglasses on top, but it doesn't. A little bit more. He's got this here. This one there. Okay, this one will have a lot of color, but it's still gonna be fun. Alright, here. We can't see all of his shoe, but it's the best we can do. I like a laced boot. Just gonna use our imagination. Look a little like that. Again, trying to pay attention to negative shapes here. Doesn't look terrible. I'm gonna make the top of the hat a little higher. Again, not doing a whole. I'm not gonna do eyes. I'm just gonna leave it at just indicating. We can shade it good. Like that. Let's take our. I'll start by using this thicker brush. I feel like I want. Outline the jacket type area a little bit. Just to indicate that a little bit. And for the pants, we could even do some cross hatching if we wanted. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Seems like it's showing up all right for you guys. Alright, we want to be careful we don't go too crazy. Better. And the top of this hand, maybe. A little like that. Alright, we're gonna call it good. Because if I got too crazy, I say that and I pull out the pen again. Okay, there you go. I swear I'm done, guys. Alright, let's do. I mean, we can really color it however we want. But first, I'm going to change the music to something a little more upbeat. Alright, everything's still running. Alright. Okay, so let's do the blue on the jacket first. Looks like the inside is blue. The whole thing's lined blue. That's pretty much it. The rest is just like black and gray. But maybe we can. Because I think the jacket's actually all like a dark blue, like a gray blue color. So let's just kind of. In my watercolor palette, this is like a Payne's gray that I have. But I'm just mixing it with a little blue and then just a bit of brown. Kind of like a desaturated navy blue, I guess you could say. And his pants, that's a tough call. I'm just gonna say they're black. But let's add a little warmth to it. So we're gonna add like think what we're gonna do is do like a kind of brownish shade here. See, it's slightly warmer, like a warm gray. Leaking through on the other side. Yeah, it seems alright. And then for shirt, that is much darker. For that, I'm gonna do a cool, much black color. Need some blue, red, a wee bit of green. This part's dark. Contrast. Try not to paint in the hand by accident. Oh, I added too much water. Alright, we're still good. And for the boots, I'm just. Oh, my brush is really dirty. I think we're just gonna use like a warm tan. This might work well. What I already have here. That looks good. And you know what? We're gonna use pretty much that same, slightly desaturated. Do the shirt here. And the oops. I thought that necklace line was part of the other. Alright, but you know what? No one will be the wiser as long as they don't see the reference. And I think his hat's like a dark gray blue. Oops. Everything is fine. Alright, let's mix our clean water. We're gonna be wise this time. A little bit of red. Too much red. Skin tones are tough because you want to make sure there's enough red. But if you go too far, then it's too pink. Dab it out of my brush. Try it on the hand first. Hey, that seems good. Alright, now we can use more red though when we're doing the shaded area. I think we'll leave the mic just white because it's kind of like silver in the reference. And then I think I'm going to use, it's really just bright light down there by the feet in the reference. Let's see if we can get this. I can do something like this. Trying to match. Made it a little steeper than it is. Straighten it out a little bit. Okay, that's kind of fun. Alright, so in the background, you really don't see too much, but you can see all the fans back there with their purple light sticks. So maybe we kind of do a little subtle purple. I kind of like doing a little something in the background, you know? Try and get a nice shade of purple here. Oops, that was way too much red. Getting a perfect purple is such a difficult thing. I think that's still too. Alright, we may not be able to do this purple, guys. I can't get the shade I'm looking for, you know? Oh, hold up. We might be. I think I may have gotten it. That's about as vibrant as we're gonna get, though. Because it's very, very difficult. With, like, physical pigments to get a purple that's really vibrant, you know what I mean? There we go. What should we do as we go down towards the bottom? That'd be pretty to try and do red. You know what I mean? Since that's kind of like their color theme with Ariran. So we could do red blending into the purple. I feel like the combo just makes sense. Probably adding too much water. It's not the most beautiful thing I've ever painted. But it's fine, and that's kind of the point of things. This one's actually looking nice as it dries. It's interesting seeing how the pigment changes a little as it dries. I do want to go through and just kind of darken up any of the shaded areas. The jacket definitely could be darker. I think I'm gonna leave it lighter just because I like the contrast. Alright, I think we better leave this one be. Alright, let's do another one. Dry faster. Alright, let's pull it up. Let's find a reference while it dries. Let's see, what do we got here? Trying to look for something colorful. Alright, I need to do something with a little more motion to it. Or maybe a little more difficult of a pose. What if we try to do this one, guys? That'd be kind of fun. Also, like her red shoes. I feel like that'd be a fun pop of color. That is very wet. We need to try faster. Okay. Do on this side, and then hopefully this side will be dry enough that we can put one over there. I don't like having like wasted paper space, especially since I'm not trying to be too precious with this. Okay, this is a little more difficult. She is sitting. The key will be getting like angles. plus the arms. Everything kind of aligned. Alright, guys, I'm in full focus. Let me cook. And it's like a ruffled color, I think. Okay, and then her hair. Got red hair, which is going to be another nice element to add color-wise. Face is kind of resting. Her hand here. Okay, skin difficult. I'm going to turn the head a little bit more. Glasses. Lock it in, Emma. And her hair, she's got curly bangs. Okay, it's not terrible. Keep the fingers proportioned right here. Alright, this isn't terrible. Elbow's a little funky. Shoulder. Ribcage there. Then we've got a little basket. I also feel like it's kind of a cute element. I might not want to add it. Let me be patient. Okay, things like that. This elbow. Trying to again pay attention to these negative spaces. Man, guys, it's windy. I don't know if you guys can even hear it through the mic. Man, it's windy as heck. Okay. Might need to drop the cuff on the a little bit more. Then we gotta imagine her leg comes down, ankle here. Also cute. She's got like the socks with the shoes. I feel like it's giving like oh my gosh, what's her name from Wizard of Oz? Dorothy. It's giving Dorothy. Okay, the basket needs to be a lot longer because it's sitting. Which is good. We didn't commit too much to the basket. And it's kind of like this shape, and then little hand. I didn't really see over the edge there. Just fake the basket here a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy. Okay. Very tough. We gotta do the foot. And the foot is a big element here because we do not want to mess up. Because it's gonna be kind of like one of the star elements is her red shoes. So I don't want to mess it up. Right, she kind of has her other heel. This side there. We got this. There is a little like it keeps blocking her foot. Let me zoom in. It keeps like turning on the stupid AI search thing. Like, I don't care about that. I want to see the rest of the foot. Okay. I feel like we should indicate the stairs slightly can kind of tell like what she's sitting on. Also up further here. We might do some more shading with this one than we did with the others. Just because I got hella messy. Now it's kind of hard to see what was supposed to be there and then what wasn't. Okay, so just to make sure we get the angle of that stair here. And I think they're curving. Okay. And thick edge of the step. And we'll add some. Actually, shoot. Ow. Okay. We remedied it. Remedied? That's it. I can English today. We've remedied it, guys, by making it thicker than it actually is. So it actually looks like she's sitting on it. Okay. Problem solved a little. Hold up. Actually, there. Okay. That's not too bad. There's kind of like curving way back there. And then, actually, if we could get this, that'd be good too. And then she's like right behind her heel. Maybe we can use vertical lines. Guys, I'm absolutely terrible at like cross hatching. That's maybe something we should probably learn how to do a little bit better. I mean, it's really terrible. The sloppy version. At some point, we need to learn how to do that. Okay, I think we got not terrible base. Should we go through and thicken this one up with our bigger brush? I should have brought a Sharpie, guys. I didn't. Sharpie would be kind of fun. I'm just gonna re-indicate the cuff on the pants, just so we can see. I should make the elbow line bigger. I want the pants to kind of stand out. I feel like I did a really terrible job at protection. Hopefully when we color it, it'll help. I mean, you shouldn't really rely on color, but what's done is done, you know? So hopefully we can use color to help separate that area a little bit better. All right, let's color this thing. Oh wait, I wanted to do. And a wee bit of the shoe. I feel like outfit's really cute. I'm not sure I could pull it off. Like some girls are just better at pulling off these. More, it's like slightly vintage, which I really like. I like when they combine like some from like the modern styles with a little bit of vintage. I really like that because there's like a lot of nice things about like modern while, but then there's like these things where it's like, oh, I wish that didn't stop being trendy. You know what I mean? All right, let's color it. Let me show you guys the reference again. What we got? Not terrible. All right, I think I'm gonna start with the jeans since I already have like a washed out blue here anyway. And I think I'm gonna exaggerate some of the looks good. Exaggerate some of the reds in the basket because I kind of wanted to tie in. So be like we get the hair with the red and the glasses, and then some red here and the red in the shoes. That's why we have them in threes. I usually like to do my accent colors that way. Okay, so for the shirt, let's just make it more saturated than it actually is. Just because I'm feeling like I want to do more color, especially after the last one since it was really monotone, you know? Oh, these are working actually really nice. Hey Gecko, how's it going? Good evening. Okay, now I'll do the hair. Today we're doing like gesture drawing, but then I have like my gouache paints and I'm kind of just like loosely coloring them in. Or kind of like going through doing those. I haven't done too much with the gouache paints, but I didn't want to take on anything too ambitious. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, we need to do the hair. I think I need to add a little more red there. It makes a clean spot on my palette. New camera setup, I see. Very cool. Yeah, I'm actually visiting some family, so I have a bit of a different setup. So things look a little different, but it's kind of nice. I have a lot of space here at my desk, so although I kind of wish I could lift my camera a little bit more, but the arm's not long enough. So, but it's okay. It's like it's kind of nice that like you guys can see it closer. So maybe that's actually a win, even though I thought it was a lose. Yeah, but I have to be careful. This paper is like not technically paper you should be painting on with like water, but I'm doing it anyway, and so we gotta be careful that we don't end up ruining the paper. But I didn't want to use the watercolor paper I brought on like a project just like this. So here we are, hoping that we don't ruin the paper. There we go. Now we need to do the shoes. I feel like kind of like ruby red, but slightly on the warmer side. Alright, for our next pose, I think I want to do something a little more dynamic. I like drawing like jumping poses, so maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know. Okay, so her nails are red. Indicate that just a little. And then the glasses, just a little around the rim. Gotta be careful not to add too much. Kind of hard for you guys to see. There you go, a little bit of red. And we'll do a little red. Alright, let's do the basket since I have red on my brush. Maybe like this with a hint more orange. That'd be good. It looks very good. Thank you, Gecko. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing these. They're very like low stress kind of things to do. So it doesn't really matter if it's like 100% like accurate. You can just loosely kind of like sketch things in and color it a little bit, but you're not like committed to like a full portrait or all that timing that's gonna take. So it's kind of fun. Okay, I think we need to do. Oh, I need to do more on her hair actually. The color I used, guys. It's here more. I'm just gonna add a little bit more red there. Make it a little more red than the image. I feel like that might be nice. And I got some flyaway hairs here. It's okay if we go over the line work. Okay, now I'm gonna use a little blue, gray. This seems good. All right, we need to do. Here we go. I feel like the sun is shifting, My water bottle is. Put the reference over here. That's a little more light. It's like overcast today, so there's like spots of sun, and then the clouds will come over, and then it gets dark again. So it makes it a little bit difficult. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, the skin tones. That's right. Lock it in, Emma. Stay focused. All right. Yellow, a little red, a little off. I'm gonna go to crazy here. Okay. And a little here. We'll add a little more red. Then I want to make her hair a little more dark. In this section. Just the little details. Alright. That looks pretty good. Let's do, I think the stairs need a little. Well, the stairs, and I want to do her socks. Just a little. Like on the edge here. Oh, and we should probably actually darken before we move. And blue in here. Darker. Try and use this more like toned down blue for this part. Here. That looks pretty good. I can darken. Apply the paint a little bit thicker. Honestly, this is working better than I thought it was going to. We did play around with this a little yesterday, but I feel like we didn't put the paint on as thick as I'm doing now. I'm just gonna add a little color here. Yeah, I feel like I needed it darker there. Okay, now we're gonna do the stairs, which is really just like a dark brown gray color. Like maybe I want to add a little more red to the bottom of this. Okay. So what do you want to do? I think I'm getting the paper a little too wet there. Hasn't bled through the paper yet. We just gotta be we gotta be good. Maybe we don't do the whole thing, but just kinda, like, a little around where she's sitting. Be like we kinda got, like, this grayish purple color. Kind of let the brush get dried out as we move along. That'll kind of create the fade. This seems nice. I think we might just leave it at that. I think I went a little too, like, ham on the background with that other one. I feel like I got a little excited about mixing the purple to look good, but then it ended up it just didn't look right. Yeah, I need to be like my the stroke brush. So now in the background there isn't really any. It's not really a sky. I think there's just a building behind her. But do you think if we did like a turquoise blue, or maybe just like this straight like cobalt blue, just a little behind like there, it might help. Oh, actually, I think it's helping the red in the hair stand out. A little more here. Whoops, smearing a little of that. That's all right. Just soften. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's choose. Let's choose another one. And I think we can put on this side. I think that's dry enough now. Let's just put this in between, just in case. Although this is wet. I should really like how this one turned out. Like as the colors dried, it actually became more vibrant. Kind of interesting. Or it could be the lighting's changed. This one's also growing on me now too. Okay. We'll stick this in between. I'm gonna have to set something heavy on this book after I'm done with it, so all the pages flatten out. Okay, so let's see what we have here on Pinterest. Save. Let's do maybe not a full body one. That one's kind of fun. Oh, we could do one. We could rotate it. I have like a vertical one we could do. I just locked my phone so it doesn't rotate. Okay, here we go. We're just drawing a lot of people with ball caps today. This is the right, this is the wrong brush or pen. All right, so we have to make sure we proportion this right. This is the reference. I'm gonna do it long ways. Just to make sure we fit in the hand. What I might do, I learned this from a guy on YouTube who does. Hello guys, I'm locked in. Who does like he draws buildings and he does it in ink and he like freehands a lot of it. But what he does sometimes, if he's worried about not getting the proportions right, he'll just place little dots around to mark the proportions before he commits to like the full lines. And then in the end, you really don't see them. So they're nice, like little anchor points to kind of guide you. So I thought that was really clever. So I thought, well, maybe I can like adapt that to my like gesture drawing to kind of just help me you know, have a little bit of like, since I'm not doing, like, a graphite sketch underneath, I have a little bit of a guide. We'll see if we can get it to work today. I'm definitely worried about getting the face right. But we're not doing again, we're not really doing, like, full faces necessarily. Like, we're just kinda, like, indicating the shape of the face. Ball cap back like this. Make sure we get the angle of the head here. Alright, not perfect. Not perfect by any means, but we're gonna roll with it. Okay, so then the hoodie comes like this. I just gotta make sure I place the ear correctly. And then we've got hair. I don't want to go too crazy with the hair. We might just indicate that more with. Bro, this is hard. We might indicate that more with the paint color rather than going too ham on the line work. Hat, hair piece in here. All right, then this hoodie disappears up here. Angle the arm. Hand's probably gonna end up roundish there. Ocean Paws, hello, welcome. We are doing some gesture drawing, and then we're going through and we are kind of like painting it with a little bit of my gouache paint. I was telling chat earlier, how you doing? I'm doing good. I was telling chat earlier, we have to be careful because this paper isn't really meant for like watercolor or gouache, and we're trying to keep the water from like seeping through the paper. So that's what we're doing though. It's a nice little like a warm up type sketch thing. Even though I'm not really warming up anymore today. This is probably about all I'm gonna do. But anyway, how are you doing? Alright, we gotta put this sleeve. Guys, I gotta draw a hand. This is the hard part. Half the hand's covered here. You see a little bit of the thumb. Anytime I have to draw hands, I get I'm good. I need video ideas. Do you what do you do? Do you like draw? Are you like an artist or are you I see you have is that a dog in your profile? Do you like what tell me about like what you do? And then maybe I can help you with some ideas. Doo, doo, doo. Okay, I think I should have made the arm longer. Some mistakes. Okay, but actually we can fake that though a little bit. If we take the hoodie in here. I made some mistakes, guys. I knew I was gonna mess this one up. But we can't have all perfect drawings. That just wouldn't be fair. Okay, so hoodie is a bit more like that. I'm gonna stop using the reference as much and just kind of reshape this a little bit. I make stuffed dog videos. Ah, very cool. And I'm going to start making videos about a game I played called Toka Boka. Oh, I've never heard of it. What's the game like? Is it like is it a pet related game? Never heard of it. Because I feel like depending on the genre of game, kind of like depends on like the content you want to make. Or maybe look it up. It's kind of hard to explain. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, I'll have to look it up in a second. All right, we got to get this other arm in though. I think I did mess up the jawline a little bit here, guys. Some mistakes were made. I think I made the hat come down a little too far. All right, this one's not gonna be too colorful either because he's just wearing a black hat and hoodie. I mean, we could color however we want though. How should we color this one, guys? All right, we could do a red hoodie. I feel like I like painting with red. And then we'll do the hat like a dark gray. Like this. Yeah, I kinda like that. With the blonde hair. Also want the red in the hoodie to match. Kinda like the shoes we did up on this one. And I know they had like I think there was like red hoodies in their merch, so the red kinda work. Ooh, I added too much water. That looks good. Just wash this out a little bit more. And then maybe we'll darken it. Careful, don't ruin your paper. I know. I think it's okay. I think it's alright. On the upside, it's like if I ruin it, it's okay. It won't be the end of the world. I mean, it'd be a little sad because I would kind of like ruin the illustration, but it happens. It happens. Also, I realized the music stopped, guys. I'm sorry about that. I got so focused. Let me just do. I want to make the hair like more yellow blonde than it actually is. Oh, don't let it bleed through to your other drawing. Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't. It doesn't feel like it. So far, I've had luck. It'll like the paper will buckle a little bit, but then it's all right. So far so good. All right, let's play this album again. Okay, there we go. Okay, Tokaboka is the flagship free-to-play app where players explore, design houses, and create stories across various in-game locations. Oh, that sounds cute. That sounds fun. Hmm. What kind of content? I mean, you could stream yourself playing it. I feel like those kind of games are kind of fun to watch, like people play. That's always an option. Or you could do. It is fun. I need a role play ideas. Oh, you can't stream. Okay, that's okay. Um. Well, how about you like role play as like a designer, and then you could edit your videos, kind of like what's those like TV shows where they like remodel houses and stuff. So you could pretend that it's like a fixer upper, right? And then like you have to come in and like redesign it and stuff. I don't know, that'd be kind of fun. Oh, like a story? Ooh, that's tough. Okay, stories are like they'll either hit me or they take like forever for me to develop. So I might not be like the best person to be asking. Are there like story genres you like? Or like kind of pretty much down for any? I feel like I've never like I need to like I've kind of wanted to, but I've never gotten like too big into role play. I'm not the most experienced person in that, but I mean, it looks like fun. I like playing I don't know if you've heard of Heartopia. It's like a mobile game, and there's like a lot of design functions in that one. Like I've seen other people do boarding school, high school, and moving into college, family trip. Well, if those are popular like story like concepts, like who's to say you can't do it too, you know? Like maybe you could. Kind of a little shading in here. Oh my gosh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm still frustrated. I got the hand wrong. I'd like a family trip story. Oh, I think that's a good idea. I say go with it. Give it a shot. But I want it to be unique and different to other people. I feel like I've noticed with like storytelling, people like in like from a big picture, if the plot is like kind of predictable, right? But it's like all the little like story arcs in between that makes it like interesting. So I don't know. You don't want to copy other people, yeah. But you could do like that theme, but then like try to think of like unique like twists that you can add into like little moments, to make it more your own, even though the overall picture is still kind of like the same story, but like everything that happens in between kind of has its own like moments that maybe people haven't done before. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of what I find myself like liking in like if I watch television or whatever. Like I'll often watch stuff where like the storyline on a whole is actually pretty standard, like nothing really new. But it's like the little elements they change in between keep it so interesting that you don't even notice it's a story that's been told before. Pretty clever. Alright, this is probably gonna need a little more. He's a little. I'm gonna call this one an L. I feel like I dropped the ball on this one. Okay. We do need to do skin tones though. There we go. I don't think I'm not gonna do a background on this one. Should I make the single dad surprise her children with a trip because his children got good grades on their tests, or should I make it that at the beginning they're already at the trip, but the younger daughter gets credit? That's a tough one. I feel like the younger daughter gets grounded. That could be interesting. Is she like who's like the main character here? Because I feel like adding some like struggles to your main character's plot is always a good way to kind of build, like character moments and character development. So I feel like that second option might be a good one to go with. All right, guys, I think I have one more in me. Let's see. We did not bleed through the paper, thank goodness. Let's let this dry. I got one more in me though, and then I think we're gonna have to call it. But we did good. I mean, we're going on 4 already here. Let's choose. I want to do something colorful again. I like doing the colorful. Let me give you the names of my characters so it can help a little bit more. Okay, got you. Younger daughter is the main character. Okay, I feel like then maybe doing that plot. I don't know, that could make it more interesting. I should do like a character jumping, maybe. See if I can find a good jumping pose. Okay, I like this one. That's kind of fun, especially with the skirt like flowing. I feel like I'm gonna do that. All right, this is dry enough, I think. All right, we're gonna do it on. We're gonna do it on this side, just in case we end up spilling over. All right, I need to put the reference in front of me just for a little bit. It will be blocking the light. Okay, let's see what we got here. The dad is Maxwell. He's very kind. He's 45 years old and has 2 jobs. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so I'm hearing like 2 jobs is hard. There's a little bit of a struggle. Does spend time with his daughter, especially since his wife died. Okay, so we got like some past trauma there. I feel like that could be good. Maybe like her getting grounded was like unusual. You know what I mean? Like maybe Maxwell's like so pushed over the edge because he's working 2 jobs that like she mentioned her bad grades or something at the wrong time, and normally like he's fine about it, right? But like something at work happened, right? Where it's like he's extra stressed, and so kind of like the plot thickens where she's like why is he acting like this, like, and then she's too afraid to tell him exactly why her grades are so bad. Like maybe there's some reason, like, I don't know, come up with something. But like that would kind of like thicken the story where it's like she's like, wow, like my dad never responds like this, and suddenly he does. So she's like in her head like, do I tell him exactly why my grades are bad, or do I just kind of like accept what happened? And then she's also kind of like, why would he react like this? And so there's kind of like that tension that starts to build. And then maybe in the end of the story, like the conflict can get resolved where like she like finally says like, like this is why my grades were so bad. And then, he could be like, like it might be a nice like daughter father bonding where he's like, I'm sorry, like I responded like that because things were like this and it was bad timing, like that was my bad. I don't know. That may kind of be interesting. The older daughter is June. She's 18 on her junior year of high school. She loves her little sister. She's smart, gets along at school. They job at a coffee shop. Okay, nice. Loves spending time with her family. Okay, that's a nice, we got like the sister arc. So maybe she could like, the one who got the bad grades and talk to the older sister. Kind of about what's happening. That could be part of the plot as well. And then, be like, no, you should tell, dad, like, why you failed your class or whatever. And then she'd be like, no, I can't, because, he'll get angry because he already got, like, super angry. I don't know. So we could build up some, like, drama there. I don't know. Make sure you guys can see this. The hard part with, like, story development is, like, it really can go. Anyway. Which is also, like, it's kind of like the burden of story writing. Because there are endless possibilities. I feel like anytime you kind of like build up character tension between different characters, I feel like it makes it interesting, and then hopefully in the end of the plot be able to like resolve things. See here. Okay, we gotta be careful when drawing this because it can very quickly ruin the do do. It can very quickly ruin the anatomy if you're not paying attention because it then does like getting hit by the skirt. Younger daughter is Minnie. She's 4 years old. She's very smart. Misses her mom. Loves big sister Jim. She's a brat sometimes. Okay, but that could be like kind of like a comedy element. Favorite season is summer. Loves making videos for her secret YouTube channel. There's also a dog, Snowy. Maybe like the Snowy dog could be like the buddy of the main girl character who got the bad grades. That way she like even though there's like, you know, stress and drama going on, she's got like her dog that she's kind of buddied up with. Maybe that she can like talk to. So you could add some like interesting dialogue where like maybe she's like saying what she wants to say to the dog because she feels like it's a safe space. But it's like a way for you could kind of like hear what the character's thinking, but you're not necessarily just in the thought of the character because she's actually voicing it. But it's not like the dog can really. Yeah, Minnie loves Snowy. I forgot to add in that into her bio. Oh, got you. So you got a lot of story going, like a lot of like character, like you have a lot about them already. That's pretty impressive. That's a lot to keep track of. Do you like to like do you just use like Google Docs? Where do you like to keep all your story? I'm always interested to see how people do it. My mom died when Minnie was 3. June was 17. Oh, that's sad. But character development, you know? Story writing terms. Always adds interest. I just keep it in my mind. Oh my gosh. I mean, respect. See, I'm too like I feel like I would end up forgetting parts. So that's man, good for you. I'm like I have to write things down. I have a tendency to forget stuff pretty quickly. Okay, we gotta make sure you get this shoe right here. Kind of like a sandal. Okay, this little tassel. We almost got the whole face done. I do have to do the hands. Oh, the hands are so hard to draw. Okay, this hand back here. Come out like this. Under here. June also got cancer at 17, but got over it quickly. Oh, that's good, but that's also tough. My mom died because she also that's man, this is getting sad. It was too deep for her to get over it. So this made that June didn't because I knew June would still be there for me. And you got a lot of story going. Shirt color up. I think I'm gonna add her eyebrows in here. That's what I usually do. Curly hair. Because I wanted Minnie to have an older sister. Oh yeah, you know, I feel like that's a good like I feel like that's a good character like to have in there. Like I feel like she needs one, you know. I think that was definitely a good idea. Okay, it looks like she's holding a flower. I think she's holding a flower. Or it's like a ring that looks like a flower. I'm just gonna make it. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Let's go through and not picking up the lines on the skirt a little bit. Okay, now that we have all the characters and bios out of the way, let's get into the actual family trip roleplay story. All right, let's go. What should the beginning look like? beginnings are hard because, like, I think they say, like, your beginning a lot of good stories kind of like your beginning and your ends are almost like bookends where the one will tie into the other once you finish. Have you thought about, like, how you want it to end? Because sometimes knowing how you want your story to end is a good way to kind of, think about how it's gonna start. I don't know if that makes sense, but kind of what helps me. Sometimes I'll know the end of a story before I even start the beginning. That's also an interesting way to work. Not always the case, but up here. Nah, okay, so you don't know. Hmm. I guess okay, so you got two options. You could like jump right into the story, or you can kind of do like a whole like plot setup. Like you could kind of write in like everything you just told me. That way kind of like everyone knows what's happening like with the family. Or what you do is you don't do that. And throughout, like just jumping into like a moment in the story, throughout the rest of the story, you slowly add in tidbits that like tell everything you just told me here in chat. That gives you more information about the family and their history. So that's always an option. You can either like tell everybody all at once from the get go, or you could like, just kind of like spoon feed everyone information bit by bit as the story develops. The upside of that one way though is like you don't have to worry too much in the beginning. And then, whenever like the moment seems right during your story, like maybe you can slip in a little element where they talk about like, maybe when the mom died or the fact that the dad has to work two jobs now, like that kind of stuff. I don't know. Granted, I'm not a professional writer. I haven't written too many like really deep stories. So take everything I'm saying with a large grain of salt. I know there's a lot of you might want to check out there's YouTubers who do like story writing videos and stuff and just kind of like there's a lot of like helpful advice on, starting stories and kind of like narrowing down what you want. I don't know if that would be useful for you, but definitely with all the free resources, it's kind of nice. Just gonna add a little more. Maybe I'll make her smiling a bit more. The hair. Okay, we gotta color this. I'm gonna make the skirt brighter yellow. Oh wait, hold up. Now I looked at it on the other screen. I want to make the shoes a little darker now. It's a little different than the reference, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be exactly like the shoe. Do, 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 do. All right, our music's getting quiet again. All right, let's just go into this color here. I'm gonna use. I kind of got the paint muddy, so I'm gonna use that for the underside. It's gonna be darker. Do, do, do. And then brighter yellow. Top. There's like a part of me that wants to do like I want to spend some time studying how to write stories, but I haven't made the time to do it. And I really should. I should just do it. Okay, so her top's like black actually in the picture, but I thought, what if we did like a dark purple? Like a purpley blue? That might look pretty. And then maybe we lighten it up just a little as it comes forward here. So yeah, that's gonna look. Alright, a little more yellow here. What if we mix? So I'm running out of space on the palette. I want to add a little bit of white. Oh, I can show you guys. Oh, oops. I need to be looking where I'm painting. Y'all have patience with me. I want to light. I gotta be careful though. It's a little wet. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We're good. Alright, now we need to darken up. Maybe we do like here. I think like I should probably shade that with like green. I don't really want to. I want to do it completely wrong. Sometimes it's fun to break the rules. Hair. Good color again. And we're gonna match. We're gonna match flower. Yeah. Green. Man, we haven't used any green, guys. That's actually alright, you know what? On that note, let's take a little green and do a little shading. Do a little bit of blending here. There we go. I was kind of hoping for a brighter yellow, and then it ended up being exactly like the reference. So it's not really an L, but 100% how I wanted it. Alright, so we need to do skin tone here, which I already have. Let's do a little more pink so it doesn't blend in with the hair too much. That's really, really subtle blonde. And legs. Oh, I forgot the hands. Alright, chat. We also think we did pretty good. We did a fair amount today. I'm not sure what we're streaming tomorrow. I'll let you guys kind of know on my Instagram story what I decide to do. As much as I'd love to paint these again, I think I should probably do something where I'm getting a little more work done, like on my other projects. But it's fun to have like this a little break. But we will be back tomorrow, probably around the same time. If not, check my Instagram stories, and I usually like will keep you guys updated on what I'm doing or if the stream got canceled. But yeah, guys, we came, we saw, we painted. I think this turned out really cute. I could have added some of the details on the script, but I think I just want to leave it plain. Still a little wet. It's kind of fun. Definitely recommend doing this if you're just looking to like loosen up and have some fun with your paints and your, I don't know, your inks. If you have some inks, you could do that. You could honestly you could do this in graphite too. Use like a darker one. It might smudge a little, so be careful with the paint. But I think it should be done. But I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, and Ocean Paws, best of luck on your story development. It sounds like you've got a lot going, so I'm excited to hear how your story goes. But everybody, thank you again for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Until next time, everybody, keep on creating.